Hey everyone, it's Lee with Mantis Mechanics, and I'm going to give you the number 2 principle or strategy you can use in a fight. This is number 2 of our 8-part series on strategy for sparring or fighting. Stay tuned. So what is today's strategy? Continuous movement. Always have continuous movement with each technique leading into the next. So what do I mean by continuous movement? Do I mean you should just move around aimlessly? No. What I mean is that you should always move into the next technique, whatever that might be. You may strike and decide based on the situation that it's time to get out of there. So you may use your footwork to move out of the way, or just move your head out of the way. You may need to block after striking. You may need to block and then strike. Or you need to throw a combo, meaning throw more than one strike, and that it may include a defensive technique as well. You may throw a couple strikes, evade or block, and then strike back again. Always moving. Remember, a moving target is a lot harder to hit than a stationary target. Continuous movement starts with the feet. So your feet should always be moving. Whatever you're doing, doesn't matter really what your footwork is. I mean, obviously it is important that you move your feet correctly, but that you keep them moving while still maintaining balance and in a position to both defend yourself and also attack. So remember that it starts with your feet, starts with the body movement. Continuous movement doesn't just lend itself to continuously punch or kick or knee or elbow, but also to defend and throw. Okay? So why is this strategy important? It seems to be pretty intuitive. Like, duh, of course you should move out of the way of a punch, or of course you have to punch. But the big mistake that I see with beginners usually is that they'll start to spar, they'll throw one technique, and then they retreat. And they're so worried about getting hit and hitting that they do this one, like they play tag with each other, right? And then they come back, right? And in a real fight, you don't really want to do that, and it's not going to work against more advanced people. They're going to see that you keep on retreating after you fight or after you throw that strike, and they're going to capitalize on that. So you want to think throwing more than one punch or more than one strike or technique in a row. And also think about how are you going to exit out of that combo so that you are not there for a counter attack, right? Meaning, a lot of times I'll see somebody who's fast, naturally athletic, and they'll get that first maybe like a jab, and they'll hit the person. And they get kind of, you can see them get excited, and they sit back and they stand right back in their stance, and they don't do anything. They're just going straight back, which makes them open to a counterattack. And it takes them a while to learn, hey, I need to hit and then move off at an angle, right? Continuous movement. Thinking about how you're going to attack and how you're going to stop somebody from being able to effectively counterattack you. So, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Stay tuned for next week. We're going to have our 3rd strategy on fighting and sparring here on Mantis Mechanics.